Good evening, all you Dragon Warrior Randomizer fans. We have yet another race for you after the amazing slate we have been throwing at you all day. We are finishing off with arnpoly versus Marashu. This is game 2. arnpoly narrowly took game 1. Marashu seemed to have it in hand, and it just went out of his grasp at the end, losing by less than a minute, despite critting the entire world. And so we'll see. I mean, it was an amazing game, the first of an onslaught of super close finishes that we've had over the last few days, and I'm excited to see what happens in game 2 because, yeah, if it's anything like game 1. So we should be getting started fairly soon. I do see we have the all-important Radiant spell at level 1, so our players are going to be put into a massive advantage from that. Almost want to request a reroll because it's going to be too easy. 16 AP, that's, you can take on any of the Zone 0 enemies, so you're going to have an easy time getting off the ground. We'll see what else they come. I'm really, really hoping for no keys or wings or return, because I feel like every seed this tournament has been way too quick to get keys, and I like players having to struggle for them. So, it's well documented that a double key start is the one I gripe about the most. So we'll hope I don't have to gripe about that. But yeah, we are just getting underway, and we shall see what the king is willing to give us to start our journey. We have gold. We have a fairy flute. And, of course, we have the key to get us out, the magic spell of Radiant, and so we are going to go out and do the grinding. Or we are going to go immediately to this town and purchase items. We've got hand axe money, so that's what we're going to be looking for. And there is that hand axe. So the 16 AP, if that wasn't enough for you, here we are with a hand axe as well. And if Marashu wants to, he can afford clothes as well. And he does indeed put on clothes, while arnpoly takes out a ghost. And just like that, we are at level 2 with a stat gain of 7 power, 15 agility, and 13 hit points. So we didn't gain any more Radiant casts, but we are continuing to gain all of the offense that we started with. It seems like Marashu might be trying to switch things up just a little bit. Well, I'll get to that in a moment. Marashu's going to get 2 levels right here. So it's a total of 24 power, 20 speed, 16 hit points, still no magic points, still no extra spells. But anyway, Marashu almost always goes with Prince of Canik, and is opting for Gwaelin this time, trying to see maybe if that mixes it up. Meanwhile, arnpoly sticking with the tried and true Lolo that he has been using since his original Dragon Warrior race. Marashu going in and loading up on herbs right now. Does want to go ahead and spend all your money before you get sent home and lose it. And that Star Wyvern is very good at sending you home and losing it with Hurtmore in his arsenal. These Drolls are just absolutely fantastic targets right now for this first few levels. 18 a pop. Marashu's killed 2 enemies, has already gained a whole bunch more experience than arnpoly, who's killed, I think, 4. We get 1, 7, 23, 6, and the spell of Return. So we can get back to the castle that's a few steps away in quite a hurry. And Marashu is going on an all-Droll expedition, getting yet another 18 experience points from the 3rd Droll. And finally mixing it up, we're looking at a Warlock. arnpoly is starting the Droll hunt himself. And that's going to take us to 5 on the nose, giving us 9 more power, 3 agility, 1 hit point, 7 magic points. So the power just keeps going up and up and up. We find a Druin. I don't think that's the first of those we've seen. Don't know if it has anything. We won't know if it has anything because Marashu one-shots it. And now we find a wolf. That's a nice little target. We have 76 hit points, so not going to... We can absorb all the hits from the wolves, so those are even better targets. You'd like to see maybe go down to that spot where there's one desert tile with the forest, just to increase your encounter rate just a little bit, but, you know, that might not be the same zone, so it might be better to be here. 5 power, 2 speed, 3 agility, 6 magic points, and heal more simultaneously between our 2 runners. Oh no, I take it back. Arnpoly gets level 5 stats simultaneously while Marashu gets 6. Marashu tells the Drolls, "I will not forget about you." Takes another one of those down, and Arnpoly's going to wander out. Going to see this east coast blocking his way is going to make a perfect potential reverse count if desired. I'm going to say it's about 20 off the east right there. And now Arnpoly has seen some wolves, and he's going to grind in the same zone that Marashu's grinding in, but he's going to do it in these far eastmost tiles instead. This Warlock will put Marashu 1 enemy away from level 7. And of course, level 7 is going to come via a Droll, while Arnpoly gets level 6. So we're going to have simultaneous level ups yet again. 2 power, 3 speed, 7 hit points, 12 magic points. We've got even more heal mores at our disposal at this point. And now Arnpoly is going to spread out to the northwest, which is an area nobody has covered at this point in time. Gonna come across the Warlocks on that side of the castle. Marashu content to continue to go after these wolves. Probably going to do that until hit points get a little low and you have to go to the castle. But we're awfully close to 800 gold, which means Marashu could go ahead and buy a large shield. We did see one in that top shop. Wolves are definitely the best target we've gotten so far. So both players going to take one of those down, and Marashu's going to take this wolf down. And this wolf is going to put Marashu... Ooh, this wolf has heal. Well, this wolf is going to put Marashu over 800 gold, and we will see if that prompts him to go in and purchase a large shield. No, it looks like he might want one more, and the reason you'd want one more here is so that you can afford an in-trip after purchasing that large shield. Because your resources are nil. But no, not even at that. Maybe Marashu saw something else he wants. Maybe a half plate? I don't know. Probably just wants to get this level finally because he's only one wolf away from it. And And unfortunately, he's just too powerful, but not powerful enough. So every time he puts the wolf in heal range, and then the wolf heals, and then he puts him back in heal range. So nice little loop. But finally got a weak enough attack, wolf couldn't heal, and wolf will give Marashu level 8 with the stats of 1, 2, 4, 3. Sleep and outside. Marashu now is going to go purchase that large shield, and then is probably going to go to the inn, and then go finish off refilling herbs, and potentially buy a dragon scale, depending upon how many herbs he has to replace. He has enough for 3 herbs even, but I don't know if he has spots for 3 herbs. He does not. I thought he had only used 2, so are we gonna... We are not going to go ahead and spend those last 20 gold on a dragon scale, but instead are going to go ahead and just branch right out. Arnpoly is 1 wolf or 1 warlock away from level 8. We'll see what he decides to do once he hits that level. It's not particularly a breakout level, so if you're content grinding here, maybe you're content grinding 1 more level. I would be getting antsy at this point in time just because I'm on forest tiles. So, you know, sometimes doing that grind takes a lot of discipline to not get antsy and go out if it's better for you. But definitely want to give it a shot right now. We have heal more, we have 90 HP, we have 73 attack power with that hand axe. You can deal with a lot of stuff. And Marashu finds a town with a very circuitous route to get to it, if there is even a route to get to it. Meanwhile, he also comes across a red dragon who wishes that he goes no further. Healmore allows them to survive these hits from these red dragons enough to get the Mercy Rule, where the 4th run is guaranteed. Arnpoly takes a death wart, but I don't know that that's necessarily undesired. So it looks like we're going to have to go an even more circuitous route to get to this town, or potentially it's on a second continent. These Star Wyverns are causing us quite a bit of consternation across our travels. Alright, let's see if this path gets us to that town. No, it does not. And it looks like everything across this bridge is actually a dead end. Now we're probably going to go up and see this tantalizing town, and try to do all the possible paths to get to it. Marashu comes across a golem, decides, you know what, I don't want to risk trying to run from this thing, let's go ahead and throw a flute out there. And the Armored Knight tells Arnpoly, I'm going to make you think about that town a little longer. Marashu turns south, does not make sure that part of the... Okay, now we make sure that part to the west cuts off. And is going to start heading south, which appears to be the only way we can go from here that leads somewhere. Marashu continuing to send the golems to sleep, and then, of course, a Star Wyvern is going to come and put a stop to all the fun by throwing both a sleep and a hurt more out there. Jerkbirds living up to their name today. Droll Magi is a really nice find on this exploration. 58 experience points will get you to level 9 very rapidly. Star Wyverns appearing to be in every exploration zone, going to make life difficult on arnpoly as well. Opts to run rather than heal more, probably the right decision with the sleep going around here, and does get away. Oh, and just a little bit before where that Star Wyvern sent Marashu home, he finds Hawksness. With these stats, I'm gonna go see what's on there. You can take out anything really short of maybe a red dragon. You're not strong enough to take a red dragon out, but you could go chip away at almost anything else with this heal more, I think. And the decent attack power we have. But instead, we're going to go to Garenham. We do not have keys, and so we're just going to have to see what we have for sale at the shop. We have absolutely nothing that's going to benefit us right now. The Flame Sword is there, which is a good thing to note for later in case we want to do a gold grind. But before we can worry about a gold grind, we need to find keys. So, yeah, so we'll have to wait on that. Now let's see if Marashu decides to go back to Hawksness now, after refilling. It does appear that that is the move that... Nope, never mind. Just trying to grind in this zone, it seems. I'm not sure what Marashu saw here that he liked, but apparently there was something in this zone that he liked, so he's going to try to get it again. While a green dragon tells arnpoly, I'm not going to let you explore. Arnpoly having a rough time of it out there. Monsters are telling him no. Oh, a Wolf Lord. That is a nice, pretty enemy. Marashu with 888 experience. Soon to be 52 more than that. Oh, and now we come across a wizard. We can take the wizard. Absolutely can take the wizard unless it has something hiding in its arsenal. It can't hit us for nearly hard enough, and we can get it down in 4 shots. Or 5 if it dodges. And with 11, it's probably going to end up being 5 swings, not just 4. 5 hits, not just 4, I should say. Okay. Again, 5 hits. This is a lot more of a resource drain than it should be, but this wizard is awfully dodgy. And with that, we get level 10 with 7, 2, 20, and 1. Sorry, level 9. So we get even more hit points. We can survive a lot. Attack power kind of flatlining a little bit, so still like a red dragon might be out of our purview in Hawksness, but we can take on most things. And yeah, I would really like to see movement into that to see what's underneath there, because well, you might find something underneath there that's going to really speed up your exploration. So we'll see. Maybe after that level, Marashu's going to go restore the resources, fill up the herbs, potentially, if some of those have been used. Maybe purchase a dragon scale, and then move on to refilling resources and go to Hawksness. The fact that he comes back with 10 MP makes me think that he's not just coming back because he needs a resource refill, but is rather planning on something else, or else maybe. Of course, then again, with those wizards, maybe you do need to have 2 heal mores in the tank at all times, but we'll see what Marashu opts to do. Well, he's certainly not going to turn down a wizard that's staring right at him. That warlock that would have given arnpoly the level chooses to run away. This troll also runs away, so the overworld is conspiring to keep arnpoly at level 8. Marashu realizes the zone that he's hunting is actually in the desert here and says, okay, well, let's just stick here right by the town and the higher encounter rate. That Warlock does let arnpoly kill him, and so arnpoly gets the gigantic HP boost and the slight strength boost, and is content to move on and see what else is out there. Is going to very shortly come across Hawksness down here, unless the Star Wyvern takes him out as it did Marashu. And so arnpoly is going to go in and see what's available, while Marashu is going to stop 8 XP short of getting level 10. We see a Magic Wyvern. That's also a very, very nice thing to find, especially when we have Sleep in the Tank. We can do it with very low resource usage. Marashu gets level 10 and gets the stats of 7, 5, 14, 6. Even more HP, because that's what we needed. So, we are going to hopefully go see a Hawk's check by Marashu, but I could also see sitting in the zone for one more level. Those wizards, you know, you're 5 wizards and change to the next level. And it does appear that Marashu is interested in heading straight to Hawksness. But first, the Wraith Knight has sleep and has other ideas. And we have a Golem on the spike. We have the Fairy Flute. We have attack. We have enough attack power. We have heal more. We have hit points. Unless this Golem's going to wake up and throw a heal more out, or wake up and throw a kind of a sleep DL2 breath thing, nothing's going to happen. And I think this will kill the Golem right there. It will. That Golem stayed asleep for a long time, and just like that, arnpoly hits level 10 himself. Marashu's going to come across this Golem, do the exact same thing. Flute, we'll see if the Golem is quite as cooperative. Meanwhile, the Silver Harp is found underneath that Golem, and arnpoly is like, you know what, this is some good grinding right here, and he's going to stick around. But he plays the wrong instrument. The Golem waking up shows Marashu that it has hurt. Let's see how often that hurt comes. That seems like a pretty frequent hurt. Feels like a 50% hurt. We didn't see any healing on the back end, so Marashu going to find the harp here, and then is going to probably go right back and keep going at it. Given the current situation, I think I am a one-fluter, which means you throw a flute at the beginning to see if you could potentially sleepwalk them. Could you sleepwalk them for just a few turns? It makes up for the 7 seconds that's lost. But you don't keep going at it. Once they wake up, you finish off the turn the way it is. Because they have hurt, you're not burning through your heal mores as much, so you can go through pretty efficiently just throwing one flute. And just like that, Marashu gets to the next level. 4, 6, 1, 12. I'm sticking right at it. Truthful is the Fairy's Flute. So arnpoly is doing a much more an always flute strategy, and I do not like that with these stats. It's inefficient and it's unnecessary. Marashu does throw a second flute in. Golem wakes up again, throws another hurt out there. Hopefully that's enough to not bring up a third one. I mean, that hurt just says you've got to just go at it. There's no reason to flute it. Magic Wyvern. I would put that one to sleep before I start attacking it. But we are just going to go swing at it, and of course now you just swing at it because one more hit will kill it. Or not. Marashu using the herbs is to not exhaust another heal more. And arnpoly is going to hit level 11, while this golem, when it goes down, is going to give Marashu level 12. I do think once I hit level 12, I probably get out of here. You do run the risk of overgrinding. Your HP is in go. Your strength is, if you have Erdrick Sword, you have 116 attack power right now. That means just a couple more levels, you're probably going to be there. You have a huge overworld that you've barely touched. And so while it'd be nice to keep going at here till you're just in beautiful shape, you can take a red dragon at this point. So we get 0, 2, 0, 4. I'm still going. And Marashu seems to be on the exact same page. Of course, killing anything that comes my way. These wizards are still nice, juicy targets. The wizard hit Marashu for 14. That means the maximum, just without knowing anything else, the maximum the wizard can do is 29, and he healed at 32. If you see a monster hit for a certain amount, the maximum damage that they can do, the maximum damage that you can guarantee they can do just by looking at that one number is that number times 2 plus 1. So if you see, 14, or you see that 49 by the golem, that means he can do no more than 99 damage. We have seen a whole lot of these wizards at this point and have seen no skills from them, so I don't think you have to worry about hurt more or anything of that sort. But, healing, you don't lose a whole lot there. So, because the HP is so high, so doing it's not necessarily a problem. It's just, it was unneeded, but it's not necessarily problematic. Marashu gonna go check and see what's back at the shop again, and is reminded that it has nothing of value that's not super expensive. Oh, and all that time we've had another town sitting right here with a metal slime guarding it. And it's Breckenary, and Marashu will do the Brexit. And then the re-enter? Recovery? I don't know. There is a half-plate right there. That is very nice. The only thing I could see an argument for sticking at the golem at level 12 on is to get stop spells so that you don't keep dying to these pesky star wyverns. But arnpoly is going to get the level at this golem. I'm still really surprised he's continuing to flute. Like, I understand it early when you don't realize they have hurt, but he's woken up enough times and thrown a hurt out there that you should know you don't need to worry about fluting anymore. And you've also killed enough of them that you know there's no back-end heal coming. So, unless the golem poses a real risk, you should not be fluting. Unless you're trying to conserve resources for one last, chance. I'm probably going to look at his stats again. And going to heal, and going back to the grind. While Marashu is finding this cave over here, and is going to go see what it is, it will be the grave. We do not have keys as of yet. Maybe there will be one in this chest, so we cannot dive the grave. Marashu takes the long way. But we'll still get to these chests, and we'll find gold, a magic key, and a cursed belt. Now, what I would do in this circumstance is go out and then go back in and get a second magic key, go dive grave, and then go to the castle after I die. Now, Marashu is opting to go straight back to the treasury and see what's there. Go fill up those keys. Again, what I do here, if I'm doing this, is I fill up the keys, I go check what's in the basement first, and then I check the treasury afterwards. That's not necessarily a quote-unquote best way to do it. It's the way I do it, because if there is going to be a gold grind in the treasury, I'd prefer, if there's a gold grind somewhere and there's, like, mountain behind here, I'd rather do the gold grind in the treasury, but I guess with outside it's not as big a deal. We have wings, a magic key replacement, more wings, and Erdrick's sword. Well, Marashu definitely was well rewarded for going treasury first. Arnpoly does finally take the experience lead, given that he is continuing to go to town with these golems. We come across Swamp Cave across. Let's see what goes on the other side. It is somewhere that has a cave right beside it, which is the Jerk. We are not anywhere close to having all the items that the Jerk would wish us for us to have, so we immediately exit and go on our merry little way. I would very much like to find, I would very much like to go back to Breckenary when the opportunity presents itself and get some fairy water to get this to repel stuff here, because we're finding a lot of piddly stuff that you don't need to worry about anymore. Marashu starts to go west, then decides, you know what, let's go north instead. I do wonder if you go south a little bit, you might find that weird little path to that town that's hiding on a whole bunch of islands. But instead we find this tiny little land bridge going across, opening up to a much larger area, and maybe this is where we get to that town. I believe that sleep must be 25%, because I think we've only seen it once. We've seen Hurtmore's a lot more than that. Yeah, this is indeed the part with that little town, if we can find the little hook that goes into it. I missed the strength. 8, 5, 1 was the rest, and Hurtmore. So 2 strength. I guess Hurtmore is what Arnpoly is looking for. He immediately gets out and goes to refill, so he will be journeying on his way. Both of our heroes here are largely indestructible at this point. Tons of HP, heal more. The defense isn't great, but the attack power's good. Definitely having that hurt more a little early could, help gaining some experience on the overworld here, but honestly, I don't really care about overworld experience at this point, because I know I have a golem grind sitting in front of me. Marashu gonna try to see if this red dragon will let him go. We do find out that there are red dragons here. I think we may have already known that, because we did see them somewhere in this general vicinity when we were on the other side of the water. But fortunately, the Mercy Rule exists, and Marashu can get there. Marashu going to heal once, and is going to find Remeldar. We still, I think, have full keys. And so no need to go refill those. Just go straight here and check what's in the inn here at Ribaldar. And it is an herb. And Marashu immediately returns. I believe that is because there is a desire to check the coordinates here in Cantlin. Totally understand that idea. Although I do feel like we didn't see everything that was in that little section of land on the other side of the swamp, so I'm not sure I would have left at that particular moment in time, but I also understand the urgency. Let's get the things we know. Have enough HP that you don't even have to heal walking across the barrier tiles, and go and fight. The old man has no interest in giving us coordinates. Marashu is going to use Heal More to get out rather than return or Death Warp. Probably wanting to save some money. And gonna go restock on herbs as well. And perhaps maybe buy that elusive dragon scale. It is worth noting that we do not have a gold grind. So, if I am Marashu, I'm not thinking about another visit to a shop. I don't care what's there. I'm not bothering upgrading from this half plate. And I will continue on until I find Erdrick's armor, wherever it may be. The Hurtmore definitely helping arnpoly here against these armored knights. Hurtmore kind of nice against those horrific star wyverns, but I almost still think I'd rather run from them. I do not want to get sleep locked. But Marashu decides that they're worth going at before having Hurtmore, just with the sword in hand, and I believe is going to be regretting that decision. Okay, I do believe that was probably 50% sleep then. So it's going to be a 50. I'm pretty confident it's going to be a 50-75. And we do have confirmation with a 4 out of 16 stop spell resist, which is kind of nasty. Asking about if you wanted to get into this, what would be the first steps? You don't necessarily need to beat the vanilla game at all. The vanilla game can be massive. I love it, but it can be a massive slog, and therefore it can often kind of be off-putting when you start. The rewards are much lower, the stat gains are much lower, but definitely go run a couple seeds if you understand the basic mechanics. You can go through, you need to find the 3 quest items, and then the biggest thing is join the Discord and ask questions. We will be happy to get you seeds that we think would be helpful. We are happy to give you any information, any that you might want. Super, super helpful, enthusiastic community. Loves to have new people in there. And so, definitely, I encourage you, if you want to get in, just to join the Discord and roll a couple seeds and start asking questions. Oh yes, Archfield's manual that is in the Discord is absolutely spectacular. And Marashu will now use that golem to clean off to the next level, while, was that a 0? 313 hurt, stop, repel? It was a 1. 1, 3, 13. Marashu deciding I'm not happy with where we are at the moment. I'm not sure what Marashu is looking for going at this golem. It's obviously a fast kill, but again, you do run the risk of over-grinding at this point. You still have a lot of things to find, and you're getting closer and closer to go stats. Arnpoly going to go get his keys. We'll see what strategy he opts to use. He only has a 6 MP, so outsiding here could be interesting. If you decide to outside, because he can't return unless he has wings, and if he decides to do that. But no, he is actually going to go in, get the second key, and I would assume attempt to make a dive on these limited resources. But of course, there's a Star Wyvern here that wants to put it into that. I'm pretty sure every zone in this map has a Star Wyvern at it, ready to give you grief. And because we do not have the opportunity to grind for a silver shield, unless we feel like doing that on the Death Necklace search spot, assuming it is on a search spot, then we will not be seeing that silver shield, which means we will not be repelling Star Wyverns, which means we are going to have to deal with that probably even down into Sharlock. This golem is going to give Marashu level 14, and we'll see if that gives him what he's looking for, and if he will move on, or if he will continue to grind to 15. And we'll also see what strategy Arnpoly decides to use over here, whether he goes basement first, or whether he goes treasury first. The best way to do this particular seed is to go treasury first, but he does go basement first. For him, it's not really a big deal one way or another, because he doesn't have a gold grind set up since he got killed before he got back to the key. He thought about checking the spike tile, but realized, I don't need a spike tile. The spike tile that's at Hawksness is the only spike tile I will ever need. Marashu did the exact same thing, took about 4 steps into Swamp, and then was like, no, there's no need for this, and just outside it. So with this, Marashu is going to take the experience lead back, for what it's worth. Still has the exploration lead, by a very narrow margin. He knows where Rimuldar is, but it doesn't really offer him a whole lot of anything at the moment. If Arnpoly continues across the little land bridge, he will make that discovery soon as well. We'll see if Arnpoly goes ahead and clears off the rest of the land around there, so he can be done with it. And 14... Okay, so 14 did have whatever Marashu was looking for, but he decided to go ahead and finish off his resources on that golem. I understand Arnpoly running from this red dragon, but if Marashu sees a red dragon and runs from it with any MP to spare, it will be a disappointing decision. And now we will see what is behind Garanham. We have gold. We have gold. We have nothing. Now it has to be an herb because we did use up a key to get back here. I'm probably going to look at what he has there. He's going to purchase his own half plate, placing the leather armor. We do have the staff trade-in cave behind behind Garanham, and we happen to have the harp. That's the one quest item that we do have, and so we're able to go ahead and turn it in for the Staff of Rain, so it is a very convenient time to find that cave. Marashu sees Sharlock in his periphery. No need to go check further to ensure that it really is Sharlock. We saw the tiles, we're good. I'm probably now going to continue over to the east here, which is the area that Marashu did not explore, opting instead to return and come back this direction. So we're both exploring new areas right now, and we'll see who comes across something of note first. We're back on the East Coast here, just right above where we started. And is there anything way up here to the top? Don't see anything. Meanwhile, Marashu's down on the South Coast instead. Nothing there. So arnpoly is good with this part of the exploration and is ready to go check the treasury. And again, once he checks the treasury, I expect no more red dragons to be run from until Sharlock. I expect them all to be absolutely mercilessly eviscerated by the strong sword. Now I'm probably again going to retrace the steps, going to go find out there's no coordinates. I don't remember if he's seen Garenham yet, but if he has, he'll probably head there next. Marashu is finding a whole lot of nothing. I'm not exactly sure how he got where he is, but I can tell you, wherever he is, nothing else is. I think he was going behind Sharlock. But I missed what happened exactly once we got behind Sharlock. We are now on the West Coast. Okay, we are back where Grave is. Let's see if Marashu opts to dive Grave or continue on and go check out whatever's beyond that. And we finally come across something. A town this, I believe, has to be Cole. Unless it's one we've seen before and I have forgotten. No, I take it back. This is one we have seen before and I have forgotten. Hoxness is just southeast of here. Oh, so this one is Garenham, that's right by Hoxness. So yeah, arnpoly will be heading right there and going to the back of it. I had forgotten which town that was hanging out right by Hoxness. So we have gone in a big loop. We gotta figure out how to get out of this big loop. And I'm starting to think the rest of that big loop, or the way to get out of that big loop, is to go back across Swamp Cave. I don't believe we checked everything to the north. I don't believe we checked everything to the southwest when we went across. So definitely want to go check that out. But obviously, since we're here, Diving Grave is the right place, since you may never come back into this area of the world again. This red dragon is going to give Marashu level 15, and we'll see if that's basically ghost stats or not. Zero, 15, 15, 3. More HP, because why not? Or agility. I'm probably going to go check and see what's at the shop, because he still does not have a shield as far as I am aware. But sees that he cannot do anything about that here. Did not check the shop in Cantlin unless I did miss a shield pickup at some point. But if I did miss the shield pickup, I don't understand what he would have been looking for. Oh, he does have a small shield. He just showed us the stats. Neither player has bothered to purchase a dragon scale yet either. That is a decision. I know there's a lot of players that say, I'll get the dragon scale whenever I find the dragon scale in a chest. I'm not going to worry about spending time to purchase it. And both of our players here seem to be coming across that. arnpoly comes across the grave, does not want to dive it yet. He wants to see what else is there, and he's going to come across here. He's going to realize it's a loop, and then probably go right back there again. Red Dragon has heal. That is annoying, but we can outswing it. Well, maybe not outswing it, but eventually the heal doesn't happen, and then we get it. arnpoly's going to see this, he's going to walk in, he's going to realize it's Garanham, he's going to walk right back out, and then he's going to realize, oh, I gotta find another way to go. arnpoly's coming back over to this western area. I don't know if he hadn't just never cleared it off before or not. There is a magic key in Grave 4. So I think Red Dragons might have sent him home before he got to finish this entire area across the bridge. So he's going to go clear it off, and then I assume we'll go back to the castle and across Swamp Cave. The Demon Knight is dodging, as Demon Knights are wont to do. And Marashu getting awfully close to the final chest in the grave, and it is going to be blocked by an armored knight. Marashu wisely healing there rather than throwing out the other hurt more, lest it miss in the 1 in 16 chance, and send him home without getting this chest that he has come so awfully close to. And it is a torch. So, not diving grave while over there is not going to burn arnpoly. And Marashu now, I believe, again, just has only the other side of swamp to check. But he is putting on repel and walking, so maybe there's another area that he has that I miss. Meanwhile, arnpoly is going to go across this whole swampy area. arnpoly desperately wants to go across the swamp, but the game is declining to allow him to do so. Now, after having gone back into Garanham, Marashu is prepared to go across swamp as well. So we're going to go across the swamp. We're going to stick in the swamp here, over on arnpoly's side. Make sure we don't leave any part of the coast unseen. Oh, and then we're going to walk off. To find this river that separates the whole thing. I believe Grave is right below us. And it must be north from here that all the stuffs are. Marashu still has this area to clean up. Yeah, see, I thought they didn't clear this northern area above the stuff, so Tablet was right here this whole time, but they both went over on that little inlet and never came back to explore the northern part. So I was thinking maybe I'd been confused and thought, and that was actually the top of the map. But apparently there is a whole area up there that has not been seen. arnpoly, the Star Wyvern is trying to give arnpoly the business, and Marashu finds a torch. And so far, arnpoly has found absolutely nothing, so it may be this side, this area of the swamp, that is actually where the stuff are. Or not. I really am not sure where we have not yet checked. Maybe straight north from here? Where the direction arnpoly is going right now? Oh, look at that nicely hidden cave in the swamp. We are still missing coal, we are still missing the Stones Cave, I believe, and we are still missing, the Jerk, I believe. Or is that Jerk that's right by, the Exodus Swamp? We do have Erdrick's token in the mountain here. Our players are neck and neck on this. arnpoly actually manages to get down to the second floor first. Comes across the Joel Magi, decides to run from it. Of course, there's a Star Wyvern here. Well, we do that, though, because this is the Grave 2 zone. We find the Stones of Sunlight here now. So as soon as the armor shows up, we are done. Got a Magi Wyvern here. Easy to hurt more. Gold. And the Fighter's Ring. Nice little 2 AP boost. Star Wyvern's continuing to hound Marashu. So let's see if Mountain 5 gives us any information. It is empty. Excellent dodge by Marashu on that red dragon. How cruel. A second dodge by said red dragon. Okay, that was the Jerk right by the Exodus Swamp. So the only cave we have not yet seen is Stone's Cave. The only other place we have not seen is Coal. So we have both a Death Necklace and a Death Necklace and a armor still to find. Likely one of those will be at Coal, though we are not certain of that because we have only found one cursed belt, as I can recall. Our dragon again annoying us with the heal, but we'll uh-oh, I think this is... Okay, I couldn't remember if Marashu covered this area or not. He thought it cut off and didn't go any further, but apparently he did. So I believe the red dodge chance is 1 in 32. So anyway, we have not found a second cursed belt, so we do not know that there is something at Coal. Yes, 2 out of 64. But we are retracing each other's steps, and so I don't know where there is in the map that neither player has explored yet. Oh! We see a town right there. I don't think we've seen that town before. I don't know how to get to that town. that town's across this land bridge again? I thought we cleared all that out. Maybe I'm incorrect on that. Oh no, Star Wyvern sends Marashu home. Yeah, Marashu didn't check that whole area, because he did go south, got to the Peninsula Town and returned, but arnpoly got to Rimeldar there, and then left and checked out other parts. I thought he checked the whole thing. I know he checked the east part of it. I thought he went all the way to check to the north, but maybe I'm incorrect on that. We'll see if Marashu goes back to that area now, knowing that he did not fully explore that area. No, he's going... Oh, he's gonna go get the rainbow drop first, of course. And now we go... Where from Marashu? We are gonna go down again. Meanwhile, arnpoly is going to head east and then up, and is going to find a town hiding over on the edge there, which is going to put him in a pretty substantial lead at this point, if it is any item of note. Even if it's not, I still believe it's going to put him in a substantial lead because he will have all the information and can grind and go. There is gold in the Stones Cave. So our last chance of armor not in Charlock is coal, which is going to be right here around the corner. And here we are. Shopkeeper refuses to let him in. We do get the next level, 4032. And we have, drumroll, nothing! So if you are Marashu, you have the rainbow drop. You don't know where the other things are. It is not... You don't even know, even if there is... If coal is out there, you have no guarantee, even if it has an item, that that's the, that is the armor. So odds are actually in your favor that the armor is not on the overworld. So you could opt, if this Star Wyvern sends you home, to go straight for a Charlock dive to see if that's there. And perhaps he's going to do exactly that. And if he does that, I greatly approve of that play. I have said it several times up to this point, and that is that when you're doing 1v1, you make odds plays that you are uncomfortable with because you play to win, you play to win, you don't play not to lose. Very different than a group race in which you often play not to lose. That move was called excellent, but it only did 64 damage, so it was not particularly excellent. Now, arnpoly has the knowledge and is getting into Charlock first, but we know all the goodies are here, so I don't think we're in go yet. I think I'd want one more level, even with the death necklace at 135. I want 13 swings, I've got 10 healers, I've got... I could see going at this level, but I'm certainly not going to single dive at this level. So you have a couple options here. If you're going to bank on armor being in Charlock, you could get one more level on the golems and then plan on a single dive. Or you could go try to do the single dive, get the experience on your way down, and see what happens. I probably like the second option. Marashu does finally get sick of waiting for it to show up in a chest and purchases the dragon scale. Marashu holding onto that fairy water, because the other part of it is, if you go dive Sharlock, see what's in it, and find out the death necklace is somewhere else, you are going to want to maximize your chances of getting of winning without the death necklace, and your best chances with that are going to be via fairy water. So far, arnpoly having a relatively clean dive of it. Had a nice long walk. Running from the golem, which I do not agree with. Marashu wisely avoids the extra damage tile as well. It took me way too long to realize I was taking an extra 15 damage. It was only when chat pointed it out to me that I was like, oh, I don't have to go straight forward. I can cut to the left briefly. Marashu running from these armored knights while arnpoly was killing them. Well, he was killing, now he's not killing anymore. I don't know if that's because he's worried about resource management as he's going down, and he's down to 34 MP on the diamond floor. We'll see if either player decides to go to Judge's Table. I will say there has been a recent breakdown on the Discord about what happens when you need 2 outstanding items, and it is determined that with 2 outstanding items, going Treasury first is always the correct play. Yes, you could cut off a little bit of time if you go Judges first and one of the items is in there, but on average, whether or not the items are there or not, you're going to end up, on average, losing about 30 seconds. Because you still have to go to the Treasury regardless. There are arguments to make for Judge's Table when you only need 1 item, but when you're looking for 2, you always go Treasury first. Much to my chagrin, I was hoping the numbers would indicate otherwise, but they did not. Marashu decides to run rather than heal at that 18 damage, and does get away. I would love it if Marashu would keep his health all the way up to the 150 right now. But he is opting against doing that. Now our players are basically in perfect sync. Both even encountering wizards at the same time. arnpoly opens that door just moments early, but gets stopped by another wizard, while we get the armor in the $150 chest. We get the fairy water. We get the herb. We get the death necklace. We have everything we want. And does Marashu still have all? He still has 9 heal mores. He's going for the win here. At 135 attack power, you want 13 swings. You're going to get likely 11 if you don't get doubles. So you're going to want 2 doubles out of this. You might get... you're going to need 2 doubles, including the opening one. So if you get the opening double, you'll need 1 more double, on average, to give yourself a real good chance to win. And with what's going to be about 117 hit points with Death Necklace? 114. Okay. Your odds of getting one are not nothing. They're not necessarily great, but they aren't nothing. So, it's worth the shot. You're down here. I definitely think taking the shot is the play to do here. Has extra MP, so he can put that Stone Man to sleep. arnpoly, meanwhile, is going to start on the Golem grind, and is likely going to be in go before Marashu finishes the Dragon Lord fight. So if you're going on, whatever. But as said in chat, this is a play to win, and I thoroughly support it. That armor also makes it so that he is defense breaking those wizards. We do the Death Necklace equip. The nice thing about 151 attack power is that gives you a lot of buffer to not have to herb up with the Dragon Lord, especially if he's going to do a stop spell. Another stop spell. We are going to get in with good resources. Let's see if we can avoid that back attack. We do. So we are doing pretty decently now. We just got to get good rolls. 9. That's not a good roll. 12 to make it 21. That's also not great. $16, that's better. So we're at 37. Another 9. This is not good. That takes us to 46. Takes us to 58. These rolls are not good. 16, that's a good one. 74. More of those, please. $85. $97. We need big rolls here. 109. It's still totally doable, but needs the big rolls. 121. Not want that breath there. We have 137. This next one could do it, if it's big enough. 150. Did not get it. But hopefully Marashu will not be deterred. He was down by a Healmore, and therefore he was down a Healmore and got 150, so with that Healmore he should be able to go the rest. And those were not good rolls either. They got better as it went along, but the early rolls were bad. Marashu had 1 herb left, so he's going to go refill those herbs right now. He was planning to use it to herb up at the Dragon Lord fight, but the Dragon Lord didn't bother making him happen. Now, things are a little dicier in terms of we have the Death Necklace already equipped, so we don't have as much HP to work with in the interim. Now, let's see what arnpoly decides to do here, because Marashu's going to be walking right by Hawksness right about now. And if arnpoly decides to go at this level, we could be looking at another photo finish. And arnpoly is opting to go at this level. So, whether or not you can get down with all your Healmores is super important at this level. Alright, chat is saying that it's possible that arnpoly does have the scale. It's not really relevant in this particular scenario, because he's going to get max meleeed by the Dragon Lord for 51 regardless, and he's still not going to be breaking anything in Charlock. Marashu with a slight lead, but again, a little bit in trouble because you can't handle a bunch of run fails. You can't absorb them like you can when you have 151 experience. Or, not experience, 151 HP. I would like to see Marashu use the fairy waters that he has, because we know there are wizards all over this Charlock, and he is repelling them. Oh, he is using fairy waters. Okay, well good. Keep it up. I thought I missed that. I thought the repel wore off and it didn't go back on. But apparently I was incorrect. Alright, it sounds like we do have a scale equip confirmation for arnpoly. And Marashu gets into Zone 2. This Wizard Repel is doing some pretty good work. And there's one of those wizards that's going to stop arnpoly and not stop Marashu. Large shield versus small shield actually making a difference here. Arnpoly stopped by yet another wizard. But still very, very close physically to Marashu, but gets stopped by another wizard and fails to run. Marashu gets stopped by a stone man, but gets away. Arnpoly stopped by yet another wizard. Still have 2 extra MP for sleeps on the Stone Man, which is very, very nice. And the Stone Man stays asleep, so now we just need one little last jaunt to the Dragon Lord without any encounters, and we will be able to go on. Now again, it's a little dicier because the odds of getting the opening double are a little smaller now, since you can't overflow your hits here. But the flip side is, you also do more damage against the Dragon Lord itself. And if the Dragon Lord's going to use Stop Spell, then you don't have to worry about it in the first place. But you gotta play the herb game right now. Okay, you go at that 96 right there. Oh, I got another attack. That's disappointing. Alright, you're hoping for a stop spell here. Dragon Lord attacks, does 16 damage. Still a chance of getting to the opening double, but it's less likely. I can only count one. I will be counting Marashu, because he's the first one in. We start with a 15. That's a much, much better start than we had the last time. Following it up by a 9, though, not quite as good. 24. $36. Double chance here, potentially. That does not happen. 53. That was a very, very nice max swing. 67. rolling very, very well. Ugh, 75, not so well. $87. Ew, 95. $112. That's a really nice attack. Could get a double here. And we do get a double. That's huge for Marashu. That's going to take us to 134. Still certainly not in the clear, though. $144, and final roll is a 13, and it is not enough. 157 will not do it. And we are now at 132 for arnpoly. And that's gonna, next one is going to take him to 147, so he's just rolling so much better, it's ridiculous. He also got the opening double. $147. $159. Gets it for arnpoly. GG. Okay, apparently my numbers were off because it was 164 HP on the Dragon Lord. So, miscount happened. But that is incredibly unfortunate RNG for Marashu. Incredibly unfortunate. So we will go on. The winner of this race is going to be arnpoly. He will be advancing, winning 2-0. Marashu putting out an absolutely spectacular series, though. Just unfortunately, again, another race where he had a lot of chances to win, and things just slipped out from him. And it's of no fault of his own. Both of those plays, both of those goes were absolutely the right thing. Every decision made on those dives was correct. It just RNG did not go along with him, and that is the nature of Dragon Warrior. So Marashu could have, with a couple little rolls differently, have moved on with this thing, and so should certainly be proud of the tournament that he has played. But it will be arnpoly moving on to the next round. He will move on to face DK9146 in what should be an absolutely fantastic, entertaining matchup. Marashu is just going to grind this golem, get to level 17, so he doesn't have to worry about this anymore. I assume he knows that he was incorrect. $1101. Ew. So yeah, I tried to pick up the count that was going on in chat when, after Marashu died, and I picked up the count incorrectly. That is a disappointing level right there. Tilo cannot count. It is true. I can tell you that Marashu will not be coming in for an interview. He has a broken mic, so he was unable to join us last time. We'll be unable to join us this time. We are going to see if we can get arnpoly in for an interview for Game 2. Looks like we have arnpoly in the waiting room. For some reason, again, I am unable to pull him in. But he has been pulled in. GG, arnpoly.
Thank you. Whew. Another rush.
Yeah, oh yes. You don't know the half of it.
Tell me all about it.
Well, so you and Marashu were walking into Sherlock to get the armor the exact same time. He had never found the corner with Cole and the tablet cave, or the stones cave, I mean, but that didn't end up mattering, as you know. So you and he were in at the exact same time, but he was already on level 16. So he only used up one heal more on the dive and decided to go for a win. And got stopped at and died at 150. He then, in the time it took him to do the fight, you had grinded up to 16. So you, again, both of you were in at roughly the same time. He was just slightly ahead of you, and so y'all were fighting the Dragon Lord at the same time. He was a little ahead of you, but was not able to get the opening double because he already had the Death Necklace equipped, so he didn't have that wiggle room. Wasn't able to get the opening double, died at 157. Dragon Lord had 164.
It's unbelievable how this game really comes down to just numbers on the Dragon Lord, because I think in our first game, we were neck and neck on the Dragon Lord at the same time, and I think my final hit went up to 170, and I think Marashu's hit got just under at that time, and then that was about the difference in our race, was just that one swing. So to see that it comes down again, I'm not surprised, but I guess I am surprised, actually. Just it's the way that it has worked. We've just been down to the wire, both of us on both of these seeds at basically the same time, and just, I don't know, just feel like the luck is on my side. I guess that's really the only way I can explain it.
I mean, definitely RNG did favor you in this series at the end game, but also you put yourself in a position for RNG to favor you. That's a very important caveat when considering, lucky or not lucky or whatever. You had to be in a position to take advantage of the fortune, and you were able to get your victories and move on to the next round, so congratulations on that. What are your other thoughts about this seed?
One thing I noticed is I went with the small shield. I never really shopped long enough to find a large shield anywhere. At Gold Grind, I don't even remember. I don't think Gold Grind was even in play in this one. Just didn't even consider it at all. But it was in the back of my mind that, it might be a little light on defense with just the small shield. It ended up not being a factor, but it could very well have been.
It actually did end up being a factor for one very specific reason, which is Marashu, who did get a large shield, which has the top shop in Cantlin, was repelling wizards on his final dive.
Yeah, that occurred to me. I think I was like at 77. I need 80 to repel.
Yes,
Yeah.
so he was able to gain. Y'all were pretty close, but when you got to the third zone, you got stopped by, I think, 4 wizards and failed to run one time from them, and that put a substantial gap in between the two of you that might have put you in the position to, might have gotten you to the Dragon Lord first, depending upon how things go. So that small shield versus large shield did actually, what was actually a factor in the way this race played out. It just didn't end up hurting you.
Yeah, it would have cost me another minute to check that other shop in Cantlin, because I only checked the top shop. I didn't check the one behind the key door, and I didn't check the bottom one.
It was the top shop that had the large shield, though.
Did it?
Yeah,
Oh,
Marashu
well,
actually, his very opening grind, when he was just fighting that Zone 2 area, sat there and grinded up till he hit level, I don't remember what level it was, but I think it was whatever the 600 is, and he had 900 gold, so he went to the inn and bought himself a large shield, so he'd had that for most of the seed.
I was hoping I'd run into another one and just never did.
So, speaking of being fortunate, your next opponent will be DK. How are you feeling about that?
I've played him once and I beat him. That doesn't mean anything, though he's really good.
I personally have never found beating him too difficult either. You and I are a combined 5-0, so I think that's fortunate for you as well.
Well, we'll see. I remember the one match we had, he had a failed dive, and that was what got me to win. So I'm riding a lot of luck. I mean, I've got skill to keep it close, but I feel like I'm gonna need some more of this luck I've been getting to keep going. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, do not count. You're going to need luck, no matter how skilled you are. And again, you just need to be in position for that to favor. We have had multiple championships decided by the Razor's Edge. One time by 1 hit point on the Dragon Lord. One time by a Hurtmore being landed on the Dragon Lord, determining who the champions were. So good things can roll your way, and you gotta put yourself in position to be there. And you have done a great job of that.
Well, that's really all I can do is just keep putting my best foot out there and trying to match up the exploration, trying to match up the grinding, kind of balance it out. That was a factor in this seed, too. That golem grind was really, really good. And I reached a point where I decided I'm just going to stop grinding on the overworld altogether and then just come back to pick up the golems later whenever I found everything. But I kind of was afraid I was going to run into a situation where I was going to overlevel. That was something that was definitely on my mind.
Yeah, that was something I pointed out too. Speaking of over-leveling, Marashu decided after you won to go get level 17, and it was 1-1-0-3. So over-leveling ended up not being a horrible concern, but I totally got it. It was definitely something you had to think about when you're going there, and had so much exploration to do.
Yeah, I was at 14 for most of my exploration, and I figured I mean, the grind was just so close, it really didn't make any sense to try to grind on the way. I was doing that for a while, and then I got about halfway to 15. I'm like, what am I doing? I'll pick it up later. And then 16 was comfortable. I wasn't super comfortable with 16, but it was comfortable enough. I think knowing what 17 was like, if I would have gone to 17, I would have just, bit my tongue and went for it. But yeah, 16 was the right call, I guess.
Yeah, 16 was absolutely the right call. I would have gone that way multiple times. The numbers worked out. Sherlock wasn't too particularly awful. 16 was totally the right call.
I felt like I rolled pretty well on the Dragon Lord as well. Lots of 14s, 15s. I had a fairy water in my pocket just in case, but I knew after a while it wasn't going to be necessary. And then getting a double in the middle of the fight kind of sealed it for me.
Yeah, the double was the big thing. Getting one double changed the calculus so much for this thing, and yeah, that really helped out.
I had an extra swing still, so even if I didn't get the double, I think I would have probably would have made it. But I don't know. It was a high rolling Dragon Lord, so a couple low rolls in there does change the calculus on that.
Yes, it does. Um, so I noticed early on in the Golem fight, you were very attached to the flute usage, despite having seen them use hurt. I'm curious, and eventually you stopped doing that. I'm curious what your thoughts were regarding fluting as things progressed.
Early on, I wanted to stay, as close to that as I could. I guess I could have hiked back and forth and healed and went back and forth for a while, but I think I really only had like 2 long grinds there with the flute, and then that kind of sustained me because that got me to 14, if I'm not mistaken, and that kind of sort of sustained me for the rest of the seed. Um, by the time the exploration was done and I needed to grind, well, then I'm thinking, well, I need to get it done as quickly as possible, and MP was good enough. Let's just go without the flute. But at that early grind, I only had the hand axe. I didn't have the sword yet. That would have probably swayed things in favor of just swinging instead of fluting if I had had a better weapon. The axe really was working fine, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. It was taking more swings, and I didn't really want to risk like fighting one too many and dying and having to go back, that sort of deal. So I guess that was what I was thinking there.
Okay. That makes sense. I don't think I have any other specific questions, so do you have any other final thoughts?
No, I feel good about how things went, and I'm ready for more. I just hope I can keep it going. I think the second round is as far as I've ever made it. I've actually never won a bracket round before because the other time I made second round, I had a first round bye a couple years ago. So this is my first time advancing around on my own, which is kind of nice.
Well, congratulations on that. Yeah, so good luck in the next round. And again, GG on today. You and Marashu put on 2 extremely entertaining races, and it was an absolute blast.
Yeah, we were very evenly matched. I'm glad that we got paired up the way we did. I'm glad it was thrilling for everyone, too. It was definitely nerve-wracking on this side.
All right, so I will go ahead and mention tomorrow's schedule. We do have a 10 a.m. race for Game 3 between Brian Williams and Varielis. I do not know if that is going to get a live broadcast or not as of this moment. Then we do have 2 more games tomorrow evening, one being at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have Diabetes II versus Sausage Link in Game 2. And at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have Angel FM versus RG365 Game 2. And there will also on this channel be vodcasts of games that did not get broadcast live showing up throughout the upcoming week as well. So I don't know when those things are going to be broadcast. They are kind of done in an ad hoc manner, but those will be around, so there will still be plenty of Dragon Warrior Randomizer for you to enjoy as the rest of the week progresses. So with that, we are going to raid Zarnax42, who is going to be running Zelda low percent. And so we'll be rating him, and thank you very much to Smashy for tracking, to Cami and Renikai for restreaming, and I'm Tilo Tilo. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you at the next race. Good night.